That's our show. Damn, that's a first, man.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. I got Caleb. I'll see you this weekend. I'll see you this weekend at Darlington.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. We'll talk.
You just conduct an interview and then post it later because that sucks.
Yeah. Well, it says we're live. That does suck. Oh well. Hey, it wouldn't be the first time we've gotten in trouble. Oh, we're back. We're back live.
Are we? I don't see us.
We're back. They're back in the comments section. He said Austin likes to ruin everything.
Man,
man.
I guess can't do that anymore. Sorry. Yeah. Love you, Austin Hill. No more NASCAR clips either. You'll have to get a report from YouTube on why we got taken down there. So
yeah.
Well. All right, team. I got to run, but
all right.
Great show, Caleb Costner. Stay tuned to listen to this guy tell a story. He's had a wild ride the past few weeks, and he's racing this weekend against me and Mason Maggio at Darlington.
Right. Yeah.
He's definitely not going to finish last place. That is for sure. I know somebody who's probably not going to make it past lap 5, but I can't. I don't know, guys. I got no idea. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. I'll be back next week, but stay tuned for these two. Catch you guys later.
Gotcha. And thank you, Stephen J. Welcome in, Caleb. Good to see you, man. How you been?
Man, been good, man. Thanks for having me on again. Man, that guy's a hoot, man.
He's a hoot, man. I can't believe we got taken down. I don't know if we were showing too many NASCAR clips or Steven said something you should say. But anyways, we are back. You're racing this weekend in Darlington, man. I'm really excited about that. When I saw you got the opportunity, it was really cool. Anybody that knows you knows you've worked your ass off for stuff like this to be able to just show up to the racetrack. I mean, that's part of it. Got a real cool scheme brewing up for this weekend. Just saw kind of today before we came on the show. I believe you posted it today.
We did.
How excited are you for Darlington to go to a track this prestigious, right? You go to Richmond, that's already kind of a classic racetrack. Now we're going to Darlington. You get to drive around there. How exciting is that for you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Every single one of these opportunities is just a blessing, dude. Right? I mean, I'm happy to be able to get to go out there and just have the opportunity. A lot of guys don't get to do that, so just trying to take it in, live in a moment, race by race is kind of what I'm doing. And I've talking to Mike Harmon and just it's craziness as how this is all kind of rolled out here with me in the truck and things. It's kind of reminiscent of kind of how like Jordan Anderson did it back in the day and with the old 74 and, took it race to race and just kind of, I remember I was telling Mike a funny story with Jordan and, at the time I was in law enforcement and I was really close with Jordan at the time. I was following his journey, enjoying the journey. And I was caught up on, seeing just how far he had made it. And I remember going to the shop one night in Denver, not Mike's current shop, but where Jordan was at the time. And it was just him turning wrenches on the truck. And he was trying to get ready to go to the next one. And I remember not being able to have a chance to go with him just because I was kind of locked down in a full-time job, of course, and so just couldn't get to do the traveling like they were. And so just seeing that and seeing how far he's come and it's kind of weird, like, man, what how cool would that be? And almost a freaking decade later, here I am trying to do close to the same thing. And it's just I never would have really imagined to get to this point. And like Steven and so many other guys, right? We're just trying to make it. We're here, we're grinding, not giving up, and just trying to keep on to the next one. So just thankful for the opportunity, and all I can do is try to make the most of it, right? Stay clean and green and try to make the most of it.
Exactly. Now, how's this journey been? I mean, we know you've had your ARCA team, you've been driving, you've been acting as team owner, you've been acting as both, right? Which I'm sure is a lot. Some people can certainly attest to that, whether it's at the Cup level, Xfinity level, truck level, and the ARCA level as well. How's that been, and how rewarding is it to kind of go now to where you're just strictly a driver, right? You're not too much. You're not the team owner, right? You're not worried about 100% all that stuff. But you do know the ins and outs, right? You know what costs what and what to do and what not to do. I feel like being kind of racing your own equipment kind of teaches you more so how to take care of your own equipment, right? Per se.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys that come to mind, in instance like this, right? Your Josh Rooms, your Joey Gases, Greg Van Alst, Jordan Andersons, just guys like that. That the reason why they're successful in business is because they understand the dynamic of, you have to take care of your equipment to be able to make it to the next race. And I think, like I said, owning my own equipment and just finding that grind of making it to the next race and what does it take and the dollars and the cents of this deal and the checks and balances, figuring out what makes sense and what doesn't as a team. Because at the end of the day, you have to survive, in this industry. And so I think that's really taught me to lead up to the opportunities that I'm getting now and trying to make the most of them. Yeah, sure. I mean, it sucked. I remember telling I guess it might have been Steven, it might have been Ron Roulette. I can't remember, but from Richmond, I just said, I'm just going to be completely honest, right? Like I had one set of sticker tires for that race. I was the only truck out there, and I'm talking, boy, I was just holding on. I was skating, and again, that's probably not the most popular thing to say, or people like, oh my gosh, I mean, just being, real though, it's tough. I was out there, got the opportunity, but man, it was tough. And people are like, well, why are you even out there? And it's like, listen, man, I'm getting the opportunity to do that, and now I proved a lot to myself, to the team, even to, NASCAR, doing what I needed to do to check the boxes, right? You're right. I didn't have what I needed to have, and I still was able to maintain what I needed to do and stay clear and not put a scratch on the truck. And like I said, check my boxes for the team. The team had not finished the 74, had not finished the truck race, I don't think, since Jordan had been in it. So that was itself was an accomplishment for that team. And so just these little things, and we need to grow and get better. And again, taking what I've learned from an owner standpoint and a driver standpoint, both those things combining them and say, how can I make this organization, this team, this opportunity better?
Yeah, exactly. So super excited for the opportunity and for Mike Harmon as well. Mike Harmon Racing, a team that is primarily been in the Xfinity Series, right? That's where they've made their name. That's where they still run. And then making the announcement, hey, we're gonna get we've got some trucks. We're gonna go truck racing this year. Thought that was a cool announcement, right? Dawson Cram did the double header over there at Pocono. And now they've seemingly found their primary driver, at least for the foreseeable future here, for the rest of the year, Caleb Costner. I think that is really cool. Kind of somewhat on topic, somewhat off topic. Are you in the NASCAR 25 game? I've been asking people this. I don't know what the ARCA roster was looking like. Are you in it?
Yeah, we got because of our owners' points, we actually got 2 entries for ARCA. So we're the 93 and 39 are both in the game, DL Wilson and myself. And then I actually, it was not on the release of it, but we did. NASCAR reached out to Mike Harmon's team, and I am in the 74 truck that will also be in the game, but it was not released on that. So, I will get to be in both of those series. So, I mean, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, anybody, they included a lot of people, so I'm just fortunate enough to get to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we'll be revving up NASCAR 25 on October 14th and winning a Truck Series championship with Caleb Costner is what you're saying.
Oh, that'd be something.
I know, I would. I mean, did you play any of the are you someone that played any of the games?
So I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I remember every single song, right? But I hate everything about you, right? Like that's stuck in my head, engraved in my head. I think that was NASCAR Thunder 2004. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was that. But the NASCAR Thunders, that's what I remember. The game I probably remember most, people like NASCAR Heat or probably my two favorite games that again made an impact on me was Dirt to Daytona. That was my favorite game by far, probably Dirt to Daytona. And then looking back, I was always like, I was poor, pretty much. I can say that growing up. Like the people who had PS3s had a PS2. People had PS2, I had an Xbox, or if I had an Xbox, I had a Nintendo 64. So like, I remember playing Nintendo 64 and being like NASCAR 2000, right? And then be going to Martinsville with that little thing, and I'd be like wheeling the little controller, trying to get that thing dialed in. And I mean, it was that was an experience. So. But yeah, NASCAR 2000 on Nintendo 64. That's that's what I remember.
Yeah, now 2004, me and Steven, because I was carpooling him to Daytona. I had to go get him from the Orlando airport and everything. And we went through all the soundtracks of the games, and that's what we were playing in the car. And 3 Days Grace, baby. I hate everything about you. One of the classic songs from 2004.
Classics.
So that's what I played growing up. I mean, I was born in 2004, but that was just the game that I did decide to play all the time when I grew up. I mean, as far as into, when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, playing 2004, just because it was such a fun game. Like I don't know what they were on when they were making it, what lightning they struck, but just the
Yeah.
features of the game was just so cool.
Which game was it where you got to, I think my favorite, probably part of the game that I can remember, it might have been '04, was where you get to kind of run back and you had to make it through the wreck scene, whatever that was, and they'd replay a wreck and you had to
Yeah.
survive the wreck. And if you made the wreck, like you passed the goal to go to the next. Like I only played those. Like that was the fun part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those were fun. The challenges were such an awesome part of it. I hope they bring those back in
Yeah.
NASCAR 25 because I don't think those have been a thing for a while. I think the last I remember
Yeah.
playing like NASCAR 15 or something like that. But this has an opportunity to be a really, and I wrote a piece on it this weekend, has an opportunity to be a really revolutionary piece because I feel like a lot of people, even for the people that aren't super NASCAR fans, if they played NASCAR games back in the day, or that's their origin story of becoming a NASCAR fan. They played the
Right.
video game. And everybody can attest, oh, I played Thunder 2004. I played '06 Total Team Control back then, or even people now saying they played, NASCAR game from 2011, things like that. I think this has an opportunity, especially with how popular video games
Oh
are
yeah.
now and streaming. Like hopefully with this game and how good it's going to be and all the drivers in there, you never know if some little kid out there is just going to be playing and they love the way that 93 car looks in the ARCA series, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they
Yeah.
become a Caleb Costner fan.
You never
Or just
know.
exactly, or for anybody. But I think it certainly has a chance to do something. And I literally have to get. I'm getting the next gen Xbox because we're on the next gen Xbox now. I've been the same as you, and they have this. I got this. So I got to get the next gen Xbox, and then I'm gonna buy NASCAR 25. We're gonna do some fun stuff with that. Are you gonna get it? You gonna play it? You got a console
Man,
at home?
so I got to think.
Forget
I
how
think
old the kid. I forget how old the kids are. I don't know if they're playing the games yet.
I forget how. See, I'm pretty sure it's going to show my date my age. I have an Xbox One. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Oh, I got it too. It's about to light on
So
fire every time I turn it on, but it's here.
yeah, I think that's the most recent thing I have. So my brother's been saying you gotta get a PS. What was it? PS5, I guess, or I
PS5,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. So he's like, you gotta get PS5 if you wanna play this game. And I'm like, okay. So seeing that I might play it on somebody else's, who knows? Maybe I'll break down, buy a console, and buy a game. But it's a lot of investment just to play one game. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll certainly see how it goes. So definitely looking forward to the release of that.
Yep.
Is there any like specific goals you would say you have as a driver for yourself the rest of 2025? Anything you've kind of set in place for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, we've sat down over the last couple of weeks and kind of sorted this out. Before we ever went to Richmond, we've kind of talked about some things and granted we've it's kind of hard to put it out there, right? Because again, we have limited resources. So
Yeah,
one incident, a couple different incidents can kind of put some things to bed. And again, I've learned that the hard way. Has been a team owner and things that you plan on preparing, and it's racing, right? It's NASCAR. Things happen. Sponsorships fall through. People don't do what they say they're going to do. Wrecks happen. Things take you out. We don't have an unlimited budget, so again, circumstances change. But the plan right now would be, yes, for me to finish out the season in the '74 truck. I mean, that really hasn't, I guess, public knowledge, but we're again putting it out there. But yes, my plan is to be in the '74 truck the rest of the season. Now, granted, what does that mean? It means that we're taking a truck that does not is not twisted like a lot of these other trucks and doing a lot of the things that they have and trying to make it do things that it's difficult to do. So to keep it simple, and so it's going to be a challenge. And some of these races, there's going to be some people getting sent home. We've just got to look at the points game. We got to be smart about it. And the thing is, if we're showing up, we're trying, we're making effort, we're getting better. I feel a lot better about it. I am so happy and confident in the direction like it. So I've got a veteran. I feel like in Dawson Cram, who's obviously part of Mike's program, the Xfinity deal. And as a matter of fact, Dawson spotted for me at Richmond. So I don't know if you get mad at me saying that, but he did a freaking phenomenal job. I loved having him. It was really good. I'm hoping to kind of build on those things. Kevin, his dad, very well known to the garage. He was crew chief. I couldn't have said I had a better experience. I mean, great family, great people. Really enjoyed working around them. Some good camaraderie, and like I really, really like the direction and the conversations, and the things that we've been able to work on together in the very short time that we've been able to do. So, again, it's one of those things, race by race. We'll see how this goes and grows, and but we've definitely got some things in the works. Definitely have been there's some things going on behind the scenes that we're working towards. So again, all we can kind of do is just make the most of it. But yeah, I mean, being around the sport, between the ARCA and the series and under the from the ownership and driver standpoint, the last 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, seeing a lot of different things, it's really prepared me for this moment. I feel like to be able to take this step and enroll as a driver slash owner slash however we want to look at it, for these opportunities. So just got to be smart. I have some friendships to the garage, and I'm try to be very mindful and respectful of that. It's one thing off the track, it's another on the track, right? So I just try to be mindful and respectful, like I said, on and off the track, to keep that the relationship, friendship. And again, when the helmets go on, right, it's all business, and I try to be as respectful as I can, understanding the standpoint that I'm in currently. That can very well change, and if it does, right, that's my point of trying to make sure I've got a great relationship, because again, if things start to change for the better for us, right, I want to make sure I've got a great relationship so I can get raced the way I want to get raced, down the line when we do become faster. So
Yeah. So that means I'll be seeing you at the Roval. Is what you're saying? Per chance.
there's a really great chance that yes, you will see us at the Roval. Again, that's probably one of the races we're talking about that's going to be difficult. And
Yeah.
again, I like to just keep it real, man. It depends on, it's a home race, for NASCAR, and so there, a lot of guys will be tempted to either get some extra seat time or whatever the case may be. So that's going to be difficult, and we'll do what we can to try to make it. Man, look at that scheme again. I'm telling you, that's a
Beautiful.
yeah. I mean, I love the topography that we kind of worked in there, the design, and our new sponsor of mine, Ironside Forestry. They're great, man. They're great people that just come on board. We've been friends for a long time, and to be able to put a partnership together is really cool. And they're actually going to be on board not just for Darlington. They're going to be on for Bristol. I believe the Roval, as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, see that group become a part of us and believe in me, support and what we're trying to do. So yeah, it's really cool. I've got a long-time sponsor, Heritage Water Systems. They've been with me for the last 3 seasons, and I believe they'll be on board for Martinsville. Is the plan right now. So yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of cool things. A big supporter of mine, Officer Tatum. He actually is coming on back on board, and we'll that's right now. The goal is to go to Phoenix, and that's actually his hometown. So we got some really, really good things happening. I'm hoping, with those things going on, that we're gonna make our team better. And the biggest thing for me is consistent seat time. That's been a struggle, just with on the ownership and the driver side of things through the years of consistency on that. Because you don't have money to go to the track, we don't go to the track. So I've had
Yeah.
some sponsorship stuff happening. It's allowed me this opportunity. So when people might say, well, why do this or why do that? And if they understand the industry, and it's kind of like you do what you got to do to get seat time and to get opportunity. And that's what I'm being able to do right now.
Exactly. And I can't wait. Can't wait for this weekend. Before we let you go here, we always
Yeah.
ask the fans on the show to send in some questions on Instagram to ask you, the guest.
Awesome.
So Tucker Phillips says here, basically asking, how old were you when you started racing? Very simple.
I was 12 years old in a bando.
12 years old in a bando. Where at?
Concord Motorsports Park, no longer existent, but a lot of
Oh,
good
man.
memories for a lot of great drivers.
Damn. So it started up a lot of drive. Why is it no longer just business? Or?
I don't know the very specifics of that. I actually, Corley would be somebody that can answer that. I'm pretty sure it's his home track, and ran there a bunch. I think it's one of his favorite tracks. But yeah, and there was the little kicker track off of the. It's weird. It was like a, if I remember right, I could be wrong saying this. It was almost like a little mini Pocono. It was kind of triangle shaped. If I remember correctly.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
run that.
yeah.
I've seen that on iRacing before.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. It is gone. Man.
But I didn't
Cool.
race at that track. I raced at the little, we call it the kid track,
Okay.
the little track out beside it to the back of it, and that's where I kind of started. So
Yeah, that triangle track was interesting. I remember seeing that on iRacing for the first time, and I wasn't too educated about the complex at all. And I'm like, I was like, what the hell is it? Where is this? Like,
right.
it was cool. It was interesting. I did some races on there and some like Legends cars, and it was very interesting track to learn. That's for sure. As far as where I had to hit apexes and let
You're
off,
right.
whatever, blah blah blah. So I don't know. I do iRacing occasionally. I don't know how often you hop in the sim, but
I try. It's funny. I use the sim mainly or high racing for testing, I guess, purposes. Really, I mean, I've
yeah,
very rarely ever got on for anything other than that. I don't have the time. Owning three different businesses and somehow you try to make it all work. Got a family, got kids, got. I mean, I don't know how I'm juggling balance it all. Man, I got a lot of good people. I know that around me that help support me, and um, got a great family. Wife,
oh, yeah.
babies, good mom, dad, and so I'm blessed. I don't deserve the life I have, and I'm appreciative of it. So
You're a busy man, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. Appreciate
thank you.
you always coming on whenever, from whenever we first met years ago. And hopefully I will see you in possibly New Hampshire. See where
Oh
business is
yeah,
at.
I like that. I like
New
that.
Hampshire, but I'll certainly be in the Roval. So hopefully I'll see you up in
Sweet.
Charlotte when I'm up there. But wishing all the best for the family and yourself. And we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it, RJ.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you to Caleb Costner for coming on the show. Awesome story there. It's going to be an awesome time seeing him in that number 74 truck coming up hopefully the rest of the season. And yes, hopefully I will be in New Hampshire. We'll see how things go. And look, the rest of the year definitely will be up there for the Roval. That will be exciting. It's the first time the Truck Series is going to the Roval. We're going to have a Roval triple header. So that's certainly, will be fun, potentially chaotic. Don't know. But we will see. So 7:53, we're about to sign off here. Again, thank you guys. Amazing weekend at Daytona. Thank you all who tuned in to the live show that we did. Wasn't the, we had to work around a lot of just logistics to make that happen. We ended up doing it in the RV, as you can see pictured here. Garrett Smithley coming in there. Stephen Lawsey, Mason Maggio, obviously the co-hosts on the show as well, in there with me to make it happen. So that was fun to do a live show, and hopefully that's just the beginning. I liked what Mason Maggio said. I think when we were bringing Caesar in, he said, "Low budget, high passion, baby." That's exactly the motive that we are trying to begin here. And before we sign off, tomorrow, big milestone. August 27th marks the 1-year anniversary of Motor Stardom as a brand. For a lot of you that may have followed this page or this brand before, it was NASCAR Report on Instagram from 2019 and beyond. Before that was Monster Cup News. And then decided last year at some point, I kind of used this as a bridge to potentially get opportunities. And at this point last year, I was kind of like, I'm ready. Let's think we can do this. I think we can pull it off. I want to create something, more creative than ever. I want to make something unique, and I want to make something that can change the landscape of the NASCAR media industry and bring some fun and great intel. Just great things like this. This show is one of the projects I wanted to work on this year. We started this in February. Myself, Mason, Steven. We've had amazing guests on all throughout the year. Motor Stardom primarily on Instagram. It's been fantastic this year. The turnout has been insane. It's been awesome the way the account has grown. And then motorstardom.com. Got to give a shout out to Chris Gollin, the writer over there, has helped boost that website tremendously. It's taken some hands to certainly make it happen. NASCAR Port was peak. Thank you for all the people that remember NASCAR Port. Thank you, Motor Racing Weekly, for that. Lots of Lito asking if I will be at Bristol. I will not, unfortunately, but I hope to get there next year. That's a goal. Definitely on my bucket list. Bristol, Martinsville, Darlington are my 3 bucket lists right now to hit. So hopefully we'll hit all 3 of those next year. But yeah, tomorrow, big milestone day. Thanks to everybody for making this happen, for watching the show, for supporting. Building a live audience is hard, right? We've experienced it this year, but we've certainly got a core audience we're building, and then to be able to translate that over to the social medias, to the website. The turnout's been insane for the people, being able to watch the clips. They call it clip farming. People watch the clips, people enjoy it, people support it, like, and all that stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate it. 1 whole year of Motor Stardom. Crazy to think time has flown by that fast, but it's been a great year. Certainly been so much more than I ever could have imagined. And it's just the beginning. This was the fun fact as well. I'll pull up the picture here. This was the first weekend I have been officially credentialed under Motor Stardom. So that was an awesome accomplishment. They don't just give you a credential, like a piece of cake. You got to work for it and prove that your outlet is reliable And thankfully, with enough support from the garage, the teams for this, how well the show's done this year, clearly it was enough that the hard work paid off. And we got it. So we got in Daytona this weekend. That was a lot of fun to be there officially under Motor Stardom. But again, thank you guys all for supporting Motor Stardom show Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Next week, we're working on who we will exactly have for next week. Don't have that confirmed just yet, so won't announce it just yet. But I can announce the week after that, LeVar Scott, awesome prospect in NASCAR. He will be joining us in 2 weeks from today. That will be a lot of fun. For you iRacing lovers, tune into the Venom Truck Series every Tuesday night. Great partner of mine. They support the brand a ton, and they get me into iRacing every Tuesday night. So I will be going behind the virtual wheel and racing at Talladega. As Lau Toledo asked, no, I will not be at Talladega. I wish. Yeah, you never know. This business changes every few weeks, so you never know where I could end up at. But right now it's looking like possibly New Hampshire, Charlotte for sure. And we'll see what happens after that. So again, thank you guys all for tuning in the Motor Stardom show. There's nobody here to do the outro. But I guess we'll still hit it. I'm RJ Starkman. That's the show every Tuesday night. Owner, founder of the Motor Stardom show. It's been an awesome journey. 1 year of Motor Stardom tomorrow. Thank you guys for everything. Steve Malazzi is usually up there. He drives in the Craftsman Truck Series. He will be this weekend at Darlington, and down there is usually Mason Maggio. He will also be driving in the Truck Series. Has an amazing throwback truck running this weekend at Darlington. So thank you guys always for tuning in. Next Tuesday night, we'll have everybody back. We'll have a lot to talk about. We'll have an awesome guest on the show. We'll be talking about Darlington. We'll be talking about the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. We're talking about a bunch of stuff. So come back next week, 7 days from now. Motor Stardom show, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. See y'all next week.